welcome back to Drexel Update here on Inside Ambition. I'm Emily, and today we're going to be talking with Iulia Cazan, the president of Dragons for UNICEF. Hi, Iulia, how are you?
Hi, Emily. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great. So I guess first tell us a little bit about yourself. What year, what major?
Sure. So I'm a third year pre-junior student and I'm majoring in political science and hope to also major in French as well.
Oh, awesome. So tell us a little bit about what Dragons for UNICEF is and what your organization does.
Sure. So Dragons for UNICEF is the UNICEF Unite chapter at Drexel University. Now it's our second year, so we're a fairly new organization. And our main goal is to advocate for children's rights, spread the word about different issues concerning children's rights, advocating, so sending emails, letters to members of Congress, but also raising funds for UNICEF emergency relief programs. So this is kind of an overview of what we do throughout the year.
Awesome. So what are some specific causes in particular that you've raised money for?
Sure. So during the summer, since I said we're a fairly new organization, first year we were just trying to accommodate to the campus community, just figuring out. But last summer we were able to raise money for the Yemen crisis, which affected children disproportionately. And children are among the most vulnerable populations. So we were excited to host a virtual live concert, and we were impressed by how many people showed up and donated to the cause. And last term, actually at the beginning of this term, we were able to raise money for the Venezuelan crisis as well. We had a panel discussion and we attached a fundraiser to it. And again, we were really impressed by the amount of people who cared about this cause and were able also, because that's an important thing, we were able to donate. We also raised money for the Syrian crisis last year. So I guess we really focused on this humanitarian crises, but we're looking to expanding our range of events.
That's amazing. Those are some really great causes, and I'm glad that people really connected with them and were able to help out in any way that they could. So I guess what are you guys currently working on right now?
Sure. So now we have an exciting project coming up. It's a discussion on female genital mutilation. We will have a doctor speaking about kind of the health effects and aspects of this practice on women. And then we also have two international students who are willing to talk about their personal experience of living in cultures where female genital mutilation is the norm. So that will be coming up at the end of March. We will post more about it and keep our followers and audience updated. And it's open to everyone.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Certainly a topic, that's a really interesting one. So how do you guys spread awareness on campus for the different causes that you're fundraising for?
Sure. So now in the virtual world, to say it's been a little bit challenging at first to figure out how are we going to spread the word about our events and our message. But we found different ways. So for example, we have a monthly newsletter that we send out. So that usually includes events or updates on different issues, what's going on in the world at the moment. We also post on Instagram a lot. So Insta stories. We have a section called Friday Facts, where we have an amazing team working on issues concerning children's rights and spreading the word about it in an interactive way. We have general body meetings where we meet with our members, brainstorm ideas, spread a word to them, and then encourage them to tell their friends, their classmates. But I would say those are the main pillars that we focus on.
It's really kind of nice that you still have these ways of being connected, especially as a new organization. It's definitely hard to get your name out there and for people to see you, but clearly you guys have done amazing at it, considering you're brand new. But so I guess what's been like the biggest, or probably the biggest challenge coming out of dealing with having to start an org during COVID?
Sure. So actually, we started the organization a year before, so last year. Um, but to say during COVID, I think connecting with members was a big thing because obviously in-person interaction doesn't really compare to a Zoom. And there's a thing like Zoom fatigue is a real thing. And we noticed that. And we're just trying our best to find ways to keep our members engaged and keep it as interactive as possible. I think it takes a lot of brainstorming and work at the backstage, but I think it's worth it. I think that's what keeps an organization alive, really, its members showing up to GBMs and events. So that's, I would say that's the biggest challenge that I think many other organization can relate to.
Sure. So for anyone watching who's interested in getting involved with Dragons for UNICEF, how can they do so?
Sure. So they can add us on Dragon Link. We usually send emails for about GBMs, events, but also follow us on Instagram because that's where we post quite a lot. um, so we post on stories whenever we have a GBM. We also create actual posts. So you'll be able to be updated through those means. Or just email us at dragonsforunicef@gmail.com with any questions, any initiatives you might have. We're more than happy to respond and figure out from there.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Yulia, for speaking with me today. I really loved hearing about your organization and all of the great things that you're doing. So I wish you the best of luck and continued success as the year goes on.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and that's it for this week. I'll see you next week on Drexel Update, but make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram at inside_ambition. See you guys next time.